if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit her, live in the moon, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Two and one teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Right off the bat, here's Pickett to throw it. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Harris running straight ahead. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. This defense for the Chiefs, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And they see right through that defensively. He's going to hit and take it down the backfield. Loss of the yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 4 and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping to one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
No gain on the screen there at second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Watched him go to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Uses the stiff arm. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. The Chiefs at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Again, Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have moved out in front. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Pickett. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. There's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 1st down, Wilson. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pickett sets up play action. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang it on 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And now another one thrown incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drop. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Harris. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. He's got a man. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, I'm curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Buying time, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us and praise a defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 38 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Extra point by Butker is on target. That makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Like Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Open man, that's the tight end flyer move. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Pickett to his tight end Freiermuth for the Steeler first. On the give, this is Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They run again with Harris. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They get 5 on the run, but it goes in with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17-all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Wilson on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward.
And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Another try after the first down sack. Pickett, pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, it's Harris, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. Officially, it goes a 1-yard loss, and it's going to lead to a third down. Pick it now, 3rd and goal. And this time he is in. Yes. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Throwing now is Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Complete, Valdez-Scantling. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Wilson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Steelers 31, Chiefs 17.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Fourth pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. One last shot for Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Steelers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit.
boys make major moves. Still the same ones that I came with. Up in the payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Till we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Facing my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be, I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my darkest of thoughts. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my heart. I write in my art and give you my story. You the witness. I came on a mission to give you my pain and give you my glory. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining. Nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. I overcame all the odds. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Hop in the Wraith and we lay in the stars. I made it happen, a boss, yeah. I was just playing my cards. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. It's gonna be a riot, doubt me it's quiet. I got the can of gas, I'm about to ignite. I am driven, I won't ever get tired, cause I've been left behind, I have to get right. Waiting on the sign, now I just wait on myself. Got nothing weighing on the mind. One thing I learned after all this time, the mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these